Hey everybody, it's Invicta. It's time to run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Wednesday, Mosh Pit. I hope you all had a fantastic start to your brand new week here in the Mosh Pit on the midweek day, which is usually Wednesday. Usually. Sometimes it's not. I don't know what constitutes it not being a midweek. I'm just going to go ahead and say it and move on to the meme of the day. Brought to you this time from this Invicta Discord from Kathy, who made these amazing looking sissy cupcakes. And then in the post, she also said, I made these for my son. We both are in the mosh pit. So shout out to Kathy and your son, and awesome little sissy cupcakes. They turned out perfectly. I especially like the one on the far right. I mean, she's just vibing. She's having herself a day. Thank you very much, Kathy. Those are awesome. I love seeing that kind of stuff. Remember, you can also post your memes / pictures of the day on the in the Discord as well. Romeo, Victor, Juliet, Charlie, Kilo, Papa. Oh boy, we've got a Doc Brown haircut. And on top of that, we've got freaking Saturnus. Ugh. So why don't I like Saturnus? It's an item that some people tend to enjoy. They're like, oh, it's just, it's like Tiny Planet, except a little bit more defensive, which is, I guess, sort of true in a way if you squint at it. But the problem for me anyway, the problem for me anyway, whenever it comes to Saturnus, is the fact that it tends to pick up enemy projectiles. And that can cause you to inadvertently dodge into an area that you don't need to be in. And on top of that, you have to worry about, you see that shot right there. It's very, very easy to see something like that and assume that that is not my tier, because it does not change. It does not differentiate between your tier and a friendly tier versus like an enemy tier. It stays red. In other words, it just retains the properties of when it belonged to the enemy. So on top of that, it also has a tendency to grab Ipecac shots just randomly. And again, this is something you cannot control. It's not like you're using telekinesis here or anything like that. It just happens at random. It will just pick it up, and it can be dangerous. So I'm not a huge fan of Saturnus. If you have piercing shots, if you have something like Death's Touch or something like that, it's definitely more tolerable. But for the most part, it's just not a great item. I'm just gonna flat out say it's not great. I was really hoping that we're gonna get a bomb there because I definitely want Mom's keys. So maybe we'll get the box. Maybe we'll get hell, even Pageant Boy will be fine right now. Mom's key is worth more than Pageant Boy, so we definitely, especially on a discount, we definitely need to get this. Either bomb or money. I actually took out Little Gemini before Big Gemini. I don't see that too often. We get Squeezy, which is going to help out our tiers, which is already very good. By the way, I haven't even talked about our stats. 3.74 for our tiers, and 2.65 is pretty bad for damage. But, yeah. There's no way we're going to be able to get money out of here. There's no Temperance Machine. There's no Demon Judgment. There's just no way. Book us in. You really failed here. And no, I'm not going in the curse room. We're going to last week's question of the episode. This one coming in from the When the Game is Against You episode, which was the obviously very highly troll-rific Isaac run that we had, Eden run, which was more troll than usual. We all know how Isaac loves to troll your boy, your pal. But in this case, it was readily apparent the game knew what it was doing. It's not going to beat those game doesn't listen to you allegation things. So this one coming in from Blazing X Flame, who said, question of the episode, do you think you've started with every single item at least once? Are some more common? And what item do you want to start with that you haven't seen in a while? This is a great question. As far as the first question, which was, do I think I've started with every single item in the game? It's hard for me to say, but I would assume yes. It is a grand assumption of an answer, but I would assume yes. We started with Damocles, we started with TM Trainer, we started with Death Certificate, we started with Sacred Heart, all that stuff. I mean, it's bound to happen. Mathematically, it is impossible for me not to eventually get all the items to start with. That being said, though, a couple items do show up a little bit more often than others. We usually see an HP upgrade just because they are so prevalent and numerous in the game. We see orbitals from time to time. We don't really see too many Devil Deal starts, but we do see Goat Head a fair bit often. But for the most part, I think that the item distribution is fairly even, with the exception of the game starting you with tier 4 items. I'm going to go backtrack here because we definitely want to try to get our item room before. I mean, Squeezy's great. Don't get me wrong. Squeezy is a top tier item to get, especially early on. I'm thankful that we're not starting with just abysmal tiers, which is what's been happening on the Twitch stream over the last couple of days. It's been really bad. I had to take a little bit of a break from Isaac after last Sunday's episode. Man, that was rough. Yeah, so you see how Saturnus is just picking up these tiers. It's very, very easy in the heat of the moment to see those and think that it's an enemy projectile coming towards you. And that can cause you to dodge in a weird way. And that's what I'm talking about in terms of being dangerous. The same thing, it's the same concept as other items like Abel, for example. Items that shoot at Isaac. Even though they're technically friendly tiers, the game does not do a good enough job to differentiate between the two. So that is the reasoning behind me not liking these type of items, especially when randomness is going to be your enemy in this game. Period, point blank, period. Okay, so anything that you can do to control that, or at least to to cut down on the possibility of you getting hit by something, or even just by random happenstance. You have to take those measures. At least I do anyway. For this Invicta, the quotes Invicta style. And randomness is not something that I like in Isaac because there's already a lot of random BS that happens in the game. So the more that we can curtail that, and the more that we can reduce its impact on a run, the better, in my opinion, anyways. Now, some people will say that's the no fun way to do it, or the game is all about randomness. It's a roguelite, blah blah blah. I get it, but it's differing. It's just differing opinions on play styles is what I attribute that to. Some people like the randomness and the chaos, some people don't. I happen to be the latter there. Man, Devil Deals have just been an absolute chore lately. Gotta say, Stanley, you're not impressing me here. I mean, the run was good yesterday. Obviously, we ended up getting guppy, but the first Devil Deals have been really, really bad. Somebody was asking if we could do an Angel Week like streak goal, and that's definitely a thing as well. I mean, I would like to do that. I think that, you know, with the way that Angel Deals work, I think that it is possible for us to have key. Funny game. It's possible for us to have that happen. I'm definitely down for it. I'm not against it. Let's put it that way. Maybe it's there. Okay. Yep. So not going in the curse room. So we may inadvertently just be going Angel Deals here. I'm not sure. Need lots of keys though. There's Ethan Hart 4257 who said that we need another Angel Deal like streak, and that one actually had more upvotes than the question of the episode. So, out to Ethan. But you can't really readily rely upon Saturnus to be your end-all, be-all for damage. I do not recommend doing that. It only really works if you have piercing shots. Death's Touch, Godhead Tears, something like that. That's when Saturnus is at its best. Because it basically just buzzsaws through everything, which is great. It's nice to have those extra tears right off the bat. The problem is that it doesn't ever replenish itself while you're inside of an active room. Like, I would almost prefer, if Saturnus were to change a little bit without destroying the core functionality of the item, I would almost prefer it randomly select Isaac's tears to replenish its ring every now and then. And then you can bank those shots for later. I think that would be a much more interesting mechanic than it randomly grabbing enemy tiers. Let it populate itself again, and then let it go ham. I'm off. I'm off the friend finder train. I really am. It's not a bad item. It just, there's so much visual doo-doo that it really, really causes problems later on, visibility-wise. And on top of that, before you think that that's a little too close-minded, you got to remember the situation we're in right now, which is that we need money, we need consumables, we need all kinds of stuff. So the Book of Sin still wins out for me in this little debate here. 4 cents here, a lucky penny. Or 3 cents, I mean. And, yeah, we'll go ahead and take this. There we go. We get a Soul of Isaac. See, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, Soul of Isaac gives us a reroll chance here for our Angel deal if we get one, or Devil deal. I will take Dreamcatcher just because it does give us a half Soul Heart with every floor. We could use the Soul of Isaac inside the item room as well. This is not the way to the boss. Okay. So the Soul of Isaac will give us a second item pedestal to pull from. Almost like a soft reroll in a way. And it can be very useful if you don't have any other source of rerolls. There's no reason for us to go into this room here. I know the boss is going to be north of here. Our range is not too bad. If we're able to hit across this gap here, then we're doing okay. Of course, I announced on Discord a couple of days ago on Monday. For those of you who aren't in it, you missed out on the early alpha for the Sinvicta merchandise. All the new t-shirts, they're up available on the website. Same goes for the colored logo hats. Those are available now. Taken about, it's been about a month and a half of planning to get them manufactured, and I'm very, very happy with the print quality. I'm very happy with the shirt quality. It's my first officially distributed. I don't know why I said it so weird. T-shirts. There was a storefront that I had, which had some T-shirt designs, but it was made to order, and I don't like the company that did it. They're not creator friendly at all. They take you basically for every $5 that you would make on a t-shirt, you'd get about maybe $1.50 from it. And it's not good. And you know, just to be professional, I won't name the company, but it's just a company that I would never work with again. So that's why I say it's my first official self-distributed t-shirts I've ever had, even though technically Sinvicta t-shirts have existed for a little while now. We've got to get some damage here. This is pathetic. We do get some damage. I'm gonna hold on to the Soul of Isaac just for the reroll, and let's see what we get in our item room here from Dreamcatcher. Yeah, so that was the clicker, so we know that we don't have to go into our item room. I still believe that we should hold out our Soul of Isaac for the Devil deal. This room is one of the most BS rooms in the entire game, by the way. If you don't have the tears rate to get past this, you are guaranteed to get hit, and I don't like that. It's just a cheap, undeserved damage rune. When I say undeserved damage, I mean that the game doesn't earn the hit that it gets on you in that room. It doesn't outplay you. It's just pure cheap damage. All right, so there's all the ways we could have gone, and now let's go to the correct way. Already full clear in here on the 3rd or 4th floor. Turner's helping us out here. We need a big devil deal. I mean, give me one of the 3 or even 4 item pedestal deals with the Soul of Isaac, and that is going to be game changing for us. I'm happy that I stuck with the Book of Sin. It absolutely was the right way to go. How that was in range of that, but go off. Take the silver dollar. I doubt that we'll hold on to it for us to get to the womb, but you never know. See, we want to kill the Ipecac shots as soon as possible because Saturnus will pick them up and it will cause damage to us. I'm pretty sure it just picked up that Ipecac tier and hit that Gaper. Like pretty much immediately. Alright. We don't need to go to the item room. We know it's the clicker. So I'm going to skip that. Increase our planetarium chance a little bit. Okay, options is good. Options is going to give us a second boss item to take, or at least choose from. And that goes very well with a reroll. So Book of Sin still delivering here for us. Wow, I don't know why they decided to move down like that. They should have gone parallel to where we were moving, not anticipating our moves. Yeah, this damage is very quickly becoming dangerous for us, not for the enemies. It's the lack of damage that's killing us right now because we can't effectively dispatch enemies fast enough to keep safe and protect our HP. So we have absolutely got to get some damage on this floor. Yeah, we sent all the Saturnus tiers into Dark One here. I think I'm going to try to lay a bomb whenever he stops charging next time. He ended a little bit too far away from us. Go. One more should do it. Got to take the screw for more tiers at least. And Dead Dove is too good to reroll. Yeah, it's just too good to reroll. It's spectral tiers, it's flying. The horrific face. So yeah, once again, Angel Deal's making a name for themselves here. And Curse the Blind. I had a text message, so I was not paying attention to what... I didn't pay attention to what Dreamcatcher said, but Curse the Blind kills this floor for us. As punishment for not paying attention to Dreamcatcher, I'm going to take whatever's in here. Because I truly did not see it, so I have no clue what it is. My equals power, okay. I'll take it. Hey, look, it's damage. That's the biggest stat that we need right now. When our tiers rate is eclipsing our damage this far into the game, we're in trouble. And I know that seems a little bit sandbaggish to say that when we have almost full HP. But you got to remember how often we've been in a scenario where the end game just absolutely wrecks house on us. And it can spiral out of control in a very big hurry if you're not careful. So you've got to have your stats in order, or at least if not in order, then you need to know the situation that you're in. I'm actually surprised it's not there. Stick to corner strats here. They shouldn't be able to hit us, as you see right there. But we got to move because of that, and of course. They MLG us right into a hit. She was stuck behind that rock. Movement speed is also a must-have. Right now, there's a lot of needs. Guy drops more tears, and I have no clue what I'm picking. I'm gonna pick the right one this time. We get the body, which gives us a lot of HP, but no stats. It's a shame. It's a real big shame that Curse of the Blind ruined that angel deal, because I would have absolutely fought the angel statue and then used the Soul of Isaac, but there's literally no point into using a reroll when you have no idea what you're missing out on, so. No, I didn't look at the item room again. I got text messages. Everyone wants to text me. Like, I get no text messages for most of the day, and then all of a sudden start doing work, and everyone's got to be like, hey. Like, man. Sack room there. Swallow Penny is going to help out with money equals power. But I still think that the silver dollar is probably going to be what we need to come after, because that represents an extra option for us. That represents an extra opportunity for us to get an extra item or two or HP or whatever have you. So it's something that we kind of have to invest in. Mongo Baby, he's a bro. Not exactly what I wanted, but it's extra at this point. He's extra damage, and Mongo Baby's always welcome to the party. And again, if you find yourself in a situation where your tears rate is absolutely blasting past your damage, you're in trouble. Thankfully, though, our tears rate is at least high enough to where we can compensate for that for now, but it's going to be a long, painful road up to the top here. This half-price soul heart. I'm not going to make any donations in the bank. Now we have an interesting situation here, because this could potentially be the time that we can use the Soul of Isaac with the Sacrum Shuffle. That's not only going to get us a bunch of money, but also potentially a lot of damage and good items too. So we definitely want to try to get. I mean, it's something that it's desperate times call for desperate measures sort of a plan here. I'm hedging my bet and saying that we're not going to get a devil deal or angel deal here. That's the reason why I'm dropping the Soul of Isaac instead of taking it for the devil deal or angel deal. And instead, I'm betting on us getting at least 1 or 2 payouts from the sack room, and then just letting it rip. See what we get. Hopefully we get more than 2 item pedestals in there. Scary thing is actually not the sacrum itself, but fighting the angel statues with this damage, or lack thereof. You can see the foot come down. Okay, so I was correct on that.
The fool.
Ooh, a temperance machine. Is that better? I'm going to say yes, it is actually better than the sack room because we have the Polaroid. So we're going to play the sack room and hope for the best here. I got to go back and get my rune first. Game is truly unbelievable sometimes. At least for me anyway. Like, people watch these and say, I've seen people, many people over the last decade of playing this stupid game say, I've never seen someone so unlucky in a video game. It's like, you have no idea. You have no clue what it's like to live with Sinvicta luck every day. Nothing surprises me anymore in terms of luck-based happenstances. I mean, nothing. So we're going to still get our money here. It's not as much money as I wanted from the Temperance Machine. This is just a necessary sacrifice. We have the Book of Sin. We get the wafer, which is freaking-tastic. So the wafer is definitely going to help us out. I saw that game. Better slow crawl me. I think we're just going to have to full send it here with the Soul of Isaac and hope for the best, even though we didn't get an extra item pedestal. The soul hearts, it's fine. What's curious is that I don't see the I wasn't noticing the hearts coming out from us tapping the sack room. From what do you call it? Hypercoagulation. Trying to fly Gabriel into the spikes here. Reason why I'm not taking the HP is because I don't want to incur damage on it, but it's just unavoidable if we're trying to run him into the spikes. Up here, you idiot. Alright, Soul of Isaac, we've held on to you this long. Need some big time plays here, son. Mysterious Liquid and Betrayal. I will take one of these. Might as well go into the vault. Well, it almost would have been better for us to have gotten 30 cents instead of HP there, especially after we got the wafer. But being lazy here, but I still think that taking the silver dollar is the correct play for the aforementioned reason that we want to try to get, we're giving ourselves more options to succeed. And another Curse of the Blind. All right, I'm just telling Alex what the thumbnail art is for today's episode. Not this one that you're seeing, but yesterday's episode. Pretty much caught up on the queue here. I took a personal day yesterday to list all the merchandise and start shipping stuff out, but we had a lot of people order shirts, man. A lot of people. And some of the sizes are already sold out. Other sizes have very little quantity left, so this is a good trial run for the demand to see exactly how many people need what sizes. The triple XLs sold out instantly, which was very surprising. I only ordered 3 of those because I figured, well, I don't know how many people can wear triple XL, but I was surprised. I mean, I have a couple of triple XL shirts only because, typically speaking, like a cotton blend t-shirt usually shrinks a lot. These are real. They're still a copper blend, but it's a high quality polyester and some other composite textile in there, along with cotton, and they're not supposed to shrink at all. So, but I do like my t-shirts a little bit bigger, and I'm a little bit of a bigger dude too. So it's, you know, double XL is usually fine for me. But the triple XL has went out instantly. Our shop here. Come on, shop. Let's see some big time plays here. And it's a greed fight. All right. All right. Yeah, it's gonna be double greed, isn't it? Curse the Blind again, by the way. Love it. I don't know how all those shots missed that. There are bombs back at least. And Conquest Pony is where our run with Book of Sin ends, because we need movement speed. Conquest Pony is at least a boss killer with Crack the Skizzle. We already have flying, obviously, but the Spectral Tears from Dead Dove has really been instrumental. Oh, those clown physics. It's, you can't, just can't do it. Thank you, Book of Sin. You did well. You did well for us. All right, let's get down to Polar Invincibility here. Surely it won't pay out instantly again. Like, you can't see that kind of stuff happen and not think that the game knows exactly what you're trying, you know? It's just uncanny, really. The Hermit card, I mean, it's going to take us straight to our item room. We might as well go. Yeah, we know that it's not going to be a greed fight because we just ran into Sloth, and we'll take charge, baby. It's going to kill our damage, but hey, it's, look, it's something. EFF is fine. End up taking No Never Again, which is going to give us the ability to not ever see another active item for the rest of this run, thankfully. Who knows, we've seen a lot of them here. Man, this damage is just scary. We're sitting here trying to trade blows with Egglets, and they're pushing us back, even with 5.29 tiers. Man, that's not good. Conquest Pony, got to make those big time plays. Okay, here we go. Another round of dead ends there for everybody. Congrats, everyone. We did it. Way to go. Way to go. High five. High five. Now that we've gone all the wrong ways, let's go to the right way, shall we? How does he do it? Every single time. All right, Conquest Pony should be able to diggity dunk Mom's Heart here. Gonna take out. I was gonna charge there, but we were already pretty much past our opportunity there. Good damage there, man. That's what I'm talking about with Conquest Pony. Getting 9 lives at the end of the run. Yep. Yeah. shot there. Unfortunately, I'm not able to go into the curse room for free now, but definitely worth it. This is a sad showing for our damage here. We had no real damage upgrade, and by real damage upgrade I mean just a pure damage upgrade. The only damage upgrades we've gotten were a very, very tiny damage upgrade from meat and a conditional damage upgrade in the form of money equals power. And when the game doesn't give me any damage, this is the type of run it produces. You just have to outplay it at this point and consign yourself to the void because you are not getting any more stats. And some people always misconstrue that as being a negative Nancy. I like to think about it in a different way. And it's just aligning. It goes with the mentality of an Isaac player. You cannot always depend on the best case scenario happening every single time. You have to know how to defend yourself. You have to know how to make sure that if I don't get any damage upgrades, what do I need to do? I need to save items. I need to save temporary HP. I need to make sure that I'm not taking bad damage, and it's a way to refocus. On the surface, it's easy to say, "Oh, you're just being a negative Nancy," as always. It's like, no, I'm not. I take issue with people who say that because you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're just assuming that I'm being overly negative about stuff. You have to, for me anyway, for my type, my personality type, and my brain type. This is how I process things. You know, constantly reminding myself, okay, like, you know, this is bad. Like this is bad. Not saying because I expect everything to be bad. It's just that it's the reality of the situation. You're like, yeah, this is bad right now. Now, are we in danger of dying? No. No, with Wafer, we won the run as soon as Wafer dropped. If you give someone of my caliber Wafer, they shouldn't lose ever. I'd go so far as to say is that I don't think I've ever lost a run with Wafer, ever, on any save file. Having that much HP at your disposal and also stopping the game from hitting you for double damage like we just had in this room is immensely powerful. I'm hoping that Charge Baby hooks us up with a second charge in Isaac's room. Again, some people think that may think that a statement like that is arrogant. I'm saying that, you know, if you give a player of my caliber an obscenely powerful item, it's a done deal no matter what. But it's just true. You know, you guys and gals should know me by now. I don't pat myself on the back very often. I'm my own harshest critic, and I think you have to be in this industry. It's a good way to keep yourself in check, keep your ego in check, avoid narcissism and all that stuff. And there's a lot of narcissistic streamers out there. I'm not gonna paint with broad strokes or cast stones in glass houses, but I'm just saying, it's really truly easy to fall into the I'm the main character type of mentality when you're a streamer or YouTuber. Curse of the Lost, not that would matter anyway, because we're always just going to go in the wrong direction. And we get Splunker Helm. It's great. It's going to really help us in Curse of the Lost. I'm almost tempted to take BFF because we have the Wafer. We get Lusty Blood, which is, you know, it's kind of a damage upgrade, I guess. But it's a conditional damage upgrade. That you're telling me that fissure hit us game? Okay. Sure thing. Sure thing, partner. Whatever you say there, Pimpin'. I need to see a replay on that one. Somebody clip that one. Because there ain't no way, bro. As predicted, we've gone the wrong way, so let's go over here. Remember, BFF has BFF. BBF has BFF. So we got to be real careful of her blast radius here. Nice freeze there by Charge Baby. Oh, that knocked Greed downward. BBF said hoof to that. I don't know how Ragman didn't get hit by that. That was right in the middle of all of them, and it registered 0 damage on both Ragmen. Definitely going to use Conquest Pony on Daddy RNG. I guess we have Bob's Brain now. Wasn't trying to get it, but Bob's Brain's actually quite helpful here with BFF. And we've gone all this way for the wrong way. I mean, the Ankh is, it's backup that we don't need, but you never know. Bob's Brain, I need you to go off when I tell you to, okay? Thank you. My God. My God! Oh, we almost got him. So we are going to get the dub here. It was a, you know, it was okay for what it was. But yeah, so there's the Ipecac shot. Yeah, get away from that. But at the end of the day, it's just a yeah, it's just an average Eden run. No real overarching strategy that we had to employ here, except for the sack room, the disappointing Soul of Isaac. But at least they got to showcase an item that you really don't see me take all that often, which is Saturnus, and Bob's Brain, I guess. But definitely Saturnus was the main character of this story here. But I got to give the MVP to the Book of Sin. The Book of Sin, it provided us opportunities early on. It allowed us to get a couple of soul hearts, and overall it was a very high value run from the Book of Sin. So shout out to the Book of Sin. Shout out to you all in the mosh pit. Remember, check out the merchandise before it sells out. Sinvicta.tv. If you're in the Discord, I did post an announcement a couple days ago that has a direct link to the official Sinvicta merchandise link in the store. Sometimes, depending on the device you're seeing, the website can be a little bit confusing. Just look for official Sinvicta merch on the categories, and you will find all that stuff. Or just go to the Discord and look at the announcements tab. So thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you for those of you who've already ordered shirts. I really appreciate it. We'll get them sent out to you as soon as possible. And thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And as always, I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like, thanks to patrons of mine like Avery, Wyatt Sipes, and Full Metal Johnny. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.